Good afternoon, y'all. This is J Moffat Artifacts, and I'm wanting to do a little 24 video today. And while I was thinking about it, I guess I was gonna show you all these preforms I've found over the years. And that's a little group of them. Some I have families, or are very relatable, same site and everything. When we take you back here, and most of this frame, I think there might be a couple in there that were found in 23, but I was having a lot of, I was having to go through pictures and all sorts of stuff, having a lot of fun trying to figure out which was which year. But for the most part, this frame was all from last year. This is one of my favorites. I think this is Jeff City shirt and I believe a rice lobe point. I just love the material. And this is another site north of where I live. You can tell the rocks, their material changes almost every 20 miles you go here in Missouri. Here's another rice lobe. I found this right before the show last year in Tuscumbia. It's the only show I've gone to. This will be the 4th year going to it. It's a pretty nice little Searcy blunt. That was a field find. And this was a different site. I probably have almost 20 places I go to now regularly. It's a nice little blade. Just popped out of a ditch going through a field. Excuse me. And this is a preform up north, a little ways, 20 minutes. Little hand axe. I found this one time in the creek and thought, oh, that's nothing, and then picked it back up one day when I was hunting out there, and sure enough, it's a really decent hand axe. And I found my first bow tie, broken bow tie, made out of chert flint. Here's another axe I found. Another hand axe. Let me put it down there. Another preform. Another nice preform. Another axe or adze. I think it's a axe. It's got a pretty neat little bit. Matter of fact, that might be one of my better bits. I've got one other one that might top it, but it's got a nice little bit on it. But this is pretty much the big frame. I know everything in this frame right here is from last year. We'll start at the bottom. That's Oklahoma. My last trip I found these 3. And then this one, and that one, and that one. This right here I thought might have been a Clovis tip because it's got like a little, kind of like a flute all the way up to the end, or at least a break. And this was on a previous trip to Oklahoma, This was last trip. And then these 2 blades were also last trip Oklahoma. This was one of my favorite finds this year. Big old drill. About 15 minutes away where I found that. I was very, very excited to find it. And here's another big Etley or Smith, Melville. It's my honey hole spot. These 2, this one here and this one, are pretty much the same material. This was a really awesome find last year. This little Graham Cave drill or point. It's kind of hard to figure out what it might have been. They were working on that end. This is one of the better looking points, blunted. And then this one right here, the Afton, might be the best point I've ever found locally. It just screams. It's kind of got like chevron flaking at the tip. It's unreal. Like, this thing is just, oh, I love it. And another colorful piece in the middle there. That was another, those 2 right there were one of my favorite finds this 24 this last year. There's a couple little bird points. And I actually found a couple Madisons this year. Kind of got a little damage, but I'm getting there. I've almost got my full Madison. Those 2 little bird points there in the center of the screen, they came from the same site. But anyway, it's a really nice little scraper. Up here we got mostly blades. That's one of my favorite blades, this big one here. as far as the material. I really like different materials. That was a fun find in the local creek. And this one was up north, I believe. This one was for sure up north. One of my favorites that I found out of there is where I found that big monster blade this year. Yeah, and some of my other blades. Here's a nice little scraper. Alright guys, well, hope you all been doing well. There's my 2024 it's a pretty good year, about average. Hope you all are having good luck, and hope you're finding some good artifacts. So I'll see you next time.